Hello, guys. Welcome back to another episode of the Girls Lounge podcast with your hosts, Liz and KT. We hope you guys are having a great Wednesday or whatever day you're listening to this. And today is going to be a really chatty episode. We were just in the mood to be chatty girls today. So I hope you guys like it because we love it. So, first, of course, what we always do every week, we're going to tell you guys what we have been up to. And I'm just going to go ahead and jump into it. So, we are unfortunately back in school. This is our senior year. So, we just had our last first day of class last week. Yeah, last Monday. And yeah, it's been okay, I guess. Okay, I don't want to get like too in depth. I don't think I'm going to get into it later, but like, this is not going to be, we're not going to be talking about college fully, but I'm taking 5 classes, but I only have to go in 4 in person. Taking a lot of marketing classes, which I like. Yeah, it's just as simple as that. And what comes with school is I have been listening to a lot of podcasts again, which I love, which leads me into this next question that I want to ask Liz because I was interested in her response. So I was listening to this podcast and they're like tier ranking F1 drivers that would most likely pick up their phone to pick them up from jail. So I was like, okay, Liz, if it was our friend group, but only a select few, who would you call that would pick up the phone and bail you out of jail? Oh, I thought that was perfect for the intro. So I would say like out of me, Jill, Kelsey, and Ariana, and rank us from 4 least likely and number 1 most likely to.
Okay, so I think I'm gonna go. Oh, this is kind of hard. Okay, no, I got this. So, from not likely to pick up the phone, I think it's gonna have to be Ariana. I feel like that girl is never on her phone. I'll be texting her. She'll respond to me in 2 to 5 business days. Because, like, me too, but like, no, this is different level. So, Ariana would be last. And then I think I'm gonna go. Oh, I don't know, cause I feel like you 3 would pick up the phone, but this is also bailing me out, right? Okay, so I think I'm gonna go Kelsey, cause I don't know, I feel like Kelsey, like, she would pick up the phone, but I feel like she would be a little bit hesitant. I don't know. And then I feel like Kennedy, I feel like you and Kelsey could be flip-flop at times, depending on the situation and the amount of money I need. I think it could be flip-flop. But then, like, my number 1, Jill. I feel like she gonna drop everything, she gonna get me out, she gonna find the money. She might not have the money, but she will get me out of jail. So, I think that's gonna be my order. What about you, Kennedy?
So glad you asked. Honestly, it would be last place, 4th place would be Ari just because she don't pick up the phone. But I do think she would be like the most down, like, yes, like I'm gonna bail you out, but she is just hard to get in contact with. So yeah, she would be last. And then Liz, you might just have to be third because not that I don't think you would bum me out, but you sometimes take a while to get back. But I do think though, if I called all of you guys, you would pick up for the most part though. But like I'm just like thinking of texting. Yeah, so texting you might be hard to get a hold of. See, Kelsey, Kelsey and Jill is like hard for me because I feel like Kelsey, like I feel like I might be able to get in touch with her quicker, maybe because I feel like she responds very quickly to texts. But I might wish she bailed me out though, or like how long would it take her to bail me out? Hmm. I feel like Jill would be like you said, would drop everything and be like, "Yes, girl, I'm coming to bail you out." So I think I'm gonna go Ariana last, you list third. Um, I think I'm gonna do Kelsey second and Jill first. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a good one. Yeah, that's my final ranking.
No, because like I totally see myself being third because especially if it's over text, I'm so bad at responding to texts. Like I'll respond to them in my head and then next thing you know, I haven't responded. So you might be waiting there for a while. I understand, Kennedy. So just like Kennedy, I've also been in school and in all caps I put in the outline crying. Not because it's like going bad right now. It's just like I'm in school. Like summer's over, depressing times. But we'll get into that a little bit later into the episode. But with that, we're going to go ahead and get into our favorites of the week. And mine are all going to be school related, as I know Kennedy's are probably going to be too. So, first up, I copied Kennedy on this, but Awala. If you don't have an Awala, what are you doing? It's literally the perfect water bottle. Like you can get a straw, you can do regular gulps. It keeps it cold. It's like cute. It's not heavy. It's easy to carry around. Like, need I give you more reasons? Get yourself an Awala. But yes, love the Awala. And actually, I've been drinking a lot of water recently. And I used to be the kind of person who never drank water. And I think that's all thanks to my Awala. So Awala, sponsor us, please. Next up are my AirPods. If you see me anywhere on campus outside of my room, literally as soon as I step foot outside of my room, AirPods are in. You will not see me walking around without my AirPods unless I leave them somewhere. That's the only time you won't see me with them or they're dead. But AirPods stay in at all times, especially walking to class. Sometimes I'm not even gonna lie, I'm not playing nothing. I just gotta keep them things in. So AirPods, number one, always have them on me. And then just some comfy shoes. Specifically, I've been wearing my New Balances or my On Clouds, just like comfy shoes for walking around class, walking around campus, especially with this heat, y'all. I got used to the coldish kind of weather. There was like a cold breeze. It was feeling like fall. I could wear a sweater and feel fine. No, because why is it right now like in the 90s? I got my hopes up and I should have known better because if you know anything about Kentucky, it is bipolar and we are struggling out here. So, comfy shoes as I'm walking and sweating to class.
I totally get you, Liz, with having your AirPods in, but nothing be playing. Because sometimes you just don't want to be bothered. You don't even want to give people the impression that you want to be talked to right now. So that is so real. But my favorites, first one, Maya Walla. I love that thing, girl. Okay, well, first my brother got an Walla, and then I got an Walla. And now because I got one, both my parents got one now. So, like, we have become an Walla family, and they're literally the best. This is the first time that I've had, like, a nice, like, water bottle. Got it for my birthday, and I got like the 20. Is it 24 ounce? Yeah, that one. It's just the best. Like, it legit keeps my water ice cold all day, and that is very much needed with this 90-degree weather. Trust, I was very grateful for it when I was walking to the library today, and I literally was dying. I was like, but my wallet is pulling through right now, so I just love it. And I just love the different options. Like, you can lock it, and like you can have it as a weapon just in case someone tries you. You can like it has like a sucky straw, so you know you don't have to tilt your head back when you want some water. And like I said, it keeps your water ice cold. Literally, I will fill it up in the morning and have ice blocks still at the end of the day. So Awala, like Liz said, sponsor us because we love your product. And then next is my iPad for taking note, y'all. Game changer. I am the type of person, I don't really like wasting paper and like notebooks and stuff. I don't know, I feel weird about it. So iPads has really changed the game with that. And especially because sometimes I hate like rushing to write notes in class because I feel like sometimes I'm more worried on taking the notes rather than learning the content. So sometimes when the professors have PowerPoints, I download the PowerPoints and I just kind of like highlight it and write extra notes on it as they teach. So I feel like I just learn better that way, and it's just very convenient. And then also, like, I have become an iPad kid times 10 since getting my iPad. And y'all know I love me doing some coloring and stuff. Never during class, wink, wink. But yeah, so I just love having my iPad. And now we're gonna get into the Girls Lounge Sports Corners. Boom, ba-dum, boom, ba-dum. Imagine our little sports intro. And of course, it's the first race back from summer break. Thank God. And it was the Dutch GP. And I can't remember my predictions or what I wanted to happen, but I'm pretty sure I said that like I wanted a McLaren 1-2 and then like a Ferrari or Lewis Hamilton on podium. And like some of that came true. We got a Lando win again. Whoop whoop. His first win ever in Formula his first win ever in Formula One was during the Miami Open. So this was his second win in Formula One, and it was amazing. And he won by 22 seconds, which, if you don't know, just know that in Formula One, that is a crazy margin. Like, especially, like, just watch a video. It doesn't sound like a lot, but trust, when you watch a video, you'll see how big a 22-second gap truly is. And it was just too good. I was hoping for a McLaren 1-2. Didn't happen. I thought it was, but I think Oscar, he was kind of struggling in the beginning, but the fact that like Oscar having a bad day is him getting like P4 out of 20 cars, I think it's still pretty good. A Ferrari was on podium, Charles was in third place, and I was like, you know what? That's good. I'm happy for him. Like, I feel like he got some light back in his eyes because if y'all haven't been keeping up with him since Monaco, let's just say he's been doing horrible since Monaco. Since the rumor on the street is he sold his soul to get that win in Monaco, but the curse had to run its course afterwards, to balance out nature or whatever. So, it was good to see him back up there. People was down on Ferraris, but I think they had a better race strategy. But I'm excited to see how McLaren performs for the rest of the season. I have really high hopes that some things could be looking very different than what we thought was going to happen at the end of the season about who's going to win the Constructors' Championship at the end of the season in Abu Dhabi. McLaren might end up being the number one team. Lando might beat Max in the World Championship. We'll see. We'll see. Low key, I didn't see it before summer break, but now I do. I ain't even gonna lie. And next week is the Italian GP, so obviously Ferrari will be the fan favorites, the hometown heroes that weekend. But we'll see who performs better. Of course, I'll be hoping for a McLaren one too. But I wouldn't be mad if neither of the McLarens were on podium because I'm also a Ferrari girly, and I would love to see both Ferraris up on the podium as well. So that's all I have to say about Formula One. Now, of course, tennis. It's the US Open right now. I actually have a matchup on my TV right now in the background, and I'm excited to see who makes it to the men's single finals. And I'm hoping for another Coco Golf win because I'm obsessed with her.
Yes, Kennedy. Really quickly on the F1 talk. When my man Charles got up there on podium, I was like, yes, the curse is broken, finally. But onto the US Open thing, I've seen so many TikToks of Coco and Ben Shelton specifically because they're mixed doubles partners. And I love their dynamics so much. It'll start off, I saw one today, I think it was like Ben will like cover the back and then Coco will cover the front. And then like Coco starts dominating and she pushes to the back and then Ben goes to the front. And then it's just like, I love their dynamic. I'm not even like a huge tennis person. Don't get me wrong. It still confuses me, like the whole score and like all the rounds and everything. But something about watching them two together, yeah, like the chemistry, the dynamic, it's just there.
No, like I'm obsessed with Ben Shelton. Like, oh, I just love him, and I love when he plays mixed doubles because he also played doubles with another girl. Can't think of her name right now. I think the last U.S. Open, and I really like their dynamic as well. And I feel like he's just like very goofy with them, and I'm just here for it. So surely we'll be at the U.S. Open next year. Anyone who works there, invite us.
We will be commentating, Kennedy. We are manifesting that for us. And with that, we're going to get into some of the pop culture and trendy topics. So, first up, Sabrina Carpenter's new album. I personally have not listened to it yet. I know. But all the drama surrounding it, specifically the drama with her and Shawn Mendes having a thing, and apparently there's like songs about it. So I really do need to listen to this album. I'm not gonna lie, me and Kennedy didn't even know that like Sean and Sabrina were a thing. Didn't even know that occurred. But Kennedy sent me this weekend a like thread that she found on Twitter, like talking about it and like the rats, if you know, you know. Sean's ex, current, past, whatever. That person, Kenny sent me like a whole thread about it. And the way I didn't even finish going through the thread, but jaw dropped. I didn't know Sean and Sabrina were a thing, and then the rat got involved and stuff. Basically, I do need to listen to this album.
I'm right there with Liz. I have not listened to it. Here we go again, putting stuff in the pop culture daily. Haven't even watched or listened to, but who cares? It's our podcast. Fight us, not playing. But yeah, I've not listened to it. I want to because I've only heard good things about it. But yeah, about the drama part of it, when I first saw that Twitter thread, I thought it was a joke. I was like, what does Sabrina, Sean, and that other person have in common? Like, what could they possibly be grouped together with? Like, I thought it was someone trolling or someone just making up stuff. Y'all, when I like scrolled through, I didn't read all of it. I was like, oh wait, why is this actually a thing? And like, mind you, like me and Liz are like Sean girlies. Like, I'm so surprised that neither of us like saw anything about this when it was happening. Like, I remember, okay, Sabrina was with Joshua Bassett. Me just mixed up his name, Joshua Bassett. Yes, him. And then I feel like then it was just like buried. Like I thought that was it. Like I don't remember nothing about Sean. And like it was really weird. Like Camilla apparently was like liking some of Sabrina's stuff, and apparently like she talks about it in a song, and like people are like, pulling up with the receipts. I'm like, oh, Camilla, girl, you're a little obsessed. You're a little crazy, which some of us already knew that, but I'm glad other people are seeing your true colors. But yeah, that drama was definitely surprising. And then to continue on the wave of relationship drama. So if you're like up in the New York TikToker influencer scene, you probably would have seen this when the drama first happened. There's this TikToker named Hallie, and she's still dating this boy, but like I don't even know, like maybe a year and a half, that timeline. Her and her boyfriend broke up, and this other influencer named Sophia like went through Hallie's following, and like followed him, went on a date with him, and it was like a whole big thing. And like Hallie like blasted her on social media, and it was a big thing. And then so recently, Sophia has like came and said her side of the story on TikTok, and it has kind of like blown up again. And like at the same time, there have been some podcast clips of when Reed was on Hallie and her friends' podcast, and people were like, "Ew, like Reed does not like her," like yada yada yada, and like thinking that Hallie's stupid for taking him back. Other New York City influencers have been also bashing the Sophia girl. And hot take, why am I low key on Sophia's side? Because at the end of the day, Reed was very much single, so I don't understand why it was Hallie's business who he was messing with. That might be a hot take, especially because like Hallie tried to paint it as like, oh, like they were friends or whatever. But I think Sophia has like come out and said like, no, we weren't really friends. We're more like co-workers, like what you would consider coworkers in the influencer space. Like they just know of each other and like they were at same events and stuff. But it just wasn't. It was just never that serious, especially over a boy. And just for Hallie to get back with him, I just feel like it's not that serious. I don't understand why people are hating on the Sophia girl, and she's kind of being really iconic about it. So you know what? I can't hate her.
No, because I also agree with you, Kennedy. It's giving if you've ever watched Friends, when Monica and not Monica, Rachel and Ross with the whole like we were on a break issue and like he went and he messed around with this other person or whatever and he's like, we were on a break. That's literally what it's giving, but like instead of a break, they were actually over. Like, is he not allowed to see people? I don't know. And I feel like that whole situation rubbed me the wrong way because Hallie made all this drama about it and then she got back together with him. Like, she was trashing this man, y'all, and she got back together with him. That's all I gotta say. And then also the podcast thing, apparently the podcast was only up for like a couple hours and they like took it down because of how much hate they were getting for it. Like I don't even think it's up anymore. I haven't even seen what the Sophia girl said because she popped up on my thing, but I just kind of like skipped through it. But definitely, I think Hallie is in the wrong.
Nah, Liz, because about the Friends thing, that's always been my biggest gripe when people talk about that show and talk about the Ross and Rachel situation. I'm always like, people hate on Ross for that, but they were on a break. What do you guys mean? Like, I feel like the girls who don't see Ross as a villain in that situation, like they're the ones that are in the right mind, and then the people who think else, like they're like the delusional people. I don't know. And then also at a point, another point about the Reed guy, about what makes it even worse that Hallie got back together with him is I remember like Hallie said like he told her that like he never loved her and all that other stuff when they broke up the first time. I'm just like, how could you get back together with that man knowing he said those things? Like, no. It's just giving childish and everyone wants to hate on the girl when the real villain is the boy.
It's giving low key when like the boyfriend cheats with the best friend and then everybody's hating on the best friend and not on the boyfriend. Like they're both to blame in this situation. But yeah, definitely I feel like this is giving the Ross and Rachel and I still stand by saying that I am on Ross's side in the situation. And with that, we're going to get into the what are we watching section of the episode. So, I started this new show on Netflix and I was texting our group chat about it, y'all, because I don't know, my mind is blown. But it's a Mexican show, I believe, like a telenovela thing, but like more suspenseful and everything. But it's based I think it's called The Accident. And it follows this family. They're at a birthday party and their kids are like playing on the bouncy house, but one of like the I don't know, the prong things that like hold the bouncy house in the ground or whatever, it's not in the ground correctly. So like it starts getting windy and the bouncy house like blows up in the air and basically some of the kids fall out and like die. Apparently this is an actual thing that can happen. Very much terrified of bouncy houses now. If I ever have children in the future, I will be making sure that those things are in the ground. But that's like besides the point. But it basically follows like what the like why it happened, like who's to blame, and like some of these people are actually insane. I don't know. It's pretty good so far. I think I'm like halfway through it, so hopefully I finish it this weekend. And other than that, I'm, like, still watching the same shows, still watching This Is Us, slowly but surely getting through it.
No, because when Liz first texted our group chat or whatever about the show, I was like, wow, this sounds so much like a 911 episode I watched, if you know what that show is. And that show is actually like a pretty good show. So if you're looking for a show to watch anyone, you should look into that. But for me, I love how Liz just had it very simple and I just have this whole list, but it's fine. I just have too much time on my hands. But I have finished a lot of shows since being back at school, which I told y'all. Like, that was going to happen. I don't know why I find time to finish stuff here. But when I'm home from the summer, I just don't watch things. But I finished Bridgerton, very mid, like we've discussed before. I finished Sprint, which is a track show. And then I finished the newest season of Love Island finally. It was amazing, very good. Love the drama. So now some things I haven't talked about. So it ends with this movie. I saw that for my birthday. It was really good. I was really worried about it just because of all the drama surrounding it, but it was like really good. And like I saw it with my mom, and before the movie even like before we even went into the movie, my mom was like, okay, don't be mad if I fall asleep because I'm tired, y'all. She was up the whole entire movie. Like she was hooked from the beginning. Like it was actually really good. And this is coming from someone who read the book. I will say I did read it a long time ago, so like I definitely forgot some things, but I think the movie was still pretty good. I don't know, I know it's very controversial. Like even before the movie, I told like the group, my friends in the group chat, like, oh, I'm seeing it, and some people were like, I have no interest in seeing that movie. I was like, oh, okay, okay, girl. I really like this. So I think if you want to see it, go see it. And then, y'all, this weekend I was binging my stuff. So I watched a horror movie called Ode. It came out in 2021, and it's about this family in a resort. It's like multiple families. They go to like this hidden beach, and the beach makes them all age very rapidly. It was like an okay movie. I was just more interested to figure out why is this happening on this beach? And now that I think about it, I still don't know. So actually, maybe I don't really like it or thought it was okay. I don't know. I wouldn't waste my time with it. And then I watched Challengers, y'all. Fire movie. It is worth the hype. I will say I was a little confused on what the point of the movie was, like, and like the end of it. Yeah, I'm okay. Now that I think about it, it was really good. But do I know what I watched? No. Like, yeah, Liz, go ahead and speak.
No, because like you just mentioning that and your reaction automatically brought me back in time to when I watched this movie. And the way when I finished, because my friend, she took me and her cousin, my other friend, right? And we hadn't watched it. And we finished the movie and we literally just like looked at each other. Like what the ending is just like if you watch the movie, you understand our reactions. Like they're very valid reactions. I think my favorite part of that movie though was like honestly the tennis scenes with like the music and then like the back and the forth. It was just very entertaining to watch and like all the different angles and everything. But definitely like what did I watch? What was the point of it? What was the plot?
Yeah, I really like those scenes as well. I think my biggest struggle was trying to figure out like who was the villain. Like they all kind of suck, but I will say I left the movie feeling more sorry for Art though. I had a soft spot for him. Tashi and Patrick, nah, F them for real. Like they was first of all, Tashi was rude and just nasty, and Patrick was just annoying. Like go away. But just the actor, he is so cute though. I will go cap. But yeah, I saw someone like comment or something. They're like, this movie was more about like the toxic relationship between Patrick and Art. And I was like, that honestly makes sense. But I'm like, who really ruined it though? Because I feel like Tashi was stirring stuff up, but at the same time, I feel like if Art and Patrick are supposed to be friends, they shouldn't be treating each other how they was treating each other. Like they did some shady things. But yeah, and when the movie ended, I literally was like, oh, this is it? This is how it ends? Like, it's just such an abrupt ending. And then the last thing I've been watching is this show called Homicide on Netflix. The first season is set in New York and the second season is LA. I'm on the second season, and it's just a bunch of homicide cases in those cities, and I think it's interesting. So if you're a true if you're a true crime girly, I think you should look into it. But yeah, that's all I have been watching. And now we are going to get into our song of the week. So, Liz, what is your song of the week?
Okay, so my song of the week, I'm switching it up from my trends in the past. But I've been listening to Role Model's new album, and if you haven't listened to it, it's hitting, y'all. Like, I don't even listen to Role Model like that, but the new album is really good. But so I've been listening to specifically Francis, and if you don't know like the lore with this song, it's basically about his ex-girlfriend Emma Chamberlain, and it's literally like her middle name. So I'm gonna play you guys my like favorite part of this song. And yeah, that's my song of the week for you guys.
My song of the week, we're going back to my indie music, and it is Outside by Dutch Criminal Record, and it's the perfect song for this time of year. So, as you can see, it is just perfect, fun vibes.
And with that, we're going to get into the topic of our episode, which is literally just going to be us chatting. So we're just going to continue with the trend of the episode so far. And we're going to go more into detail with our life updates and just, sit down and chat because that's literally what me and Kennedy need right now.
AKA, this is a therapy session. So we split this up into two parts. So kind of like our highlights and our lowlights of our life so far. And I guess I can start off first real quick. My first highlight, I'm glad that I'm like starting to get back into a routine. I know I've talked about it in the past about just like wanting to get back on track, better habits. It has been like a slow like transition getting there, but I am putting more effort to be more consistent with journaling, working out, and reading. I've been better so far about working out. I've been doing better about reading before bed. Journaling, I'm still working on, but I feel like I should just do it when I'm in the mood to and not try to force it. And yeah, so that's my first highlight. And then my next highlight, we're gonna go back into like school, and that is I had the realization that even though I hate icebreakers, I forgot how much I liked learning about other people, which is can seem like very weird because I feel like most people when they first meet me, they're like, oh, like she's quiet, she's shy, like she's not gonna initiate conversation. So you might be like, oh, like she's not interested, but like I truly am really interested in other people's lives. That's why I think I like lifestyle vlogs and stuff like that so much. Like I truly just like learning about other people, and it's just like these people that I'm in school with, I'm just like, I never would have thought that you're from where you're from, that you do what you do. Like, it's just very interesting. Like, for example, in my social media marketing class, my freaking professor is a rodeo rider. And looking at her, you never would guess that, like, she's like this country girl. Like, she gives very much like preppy girl vibes, you know what I mean? So, like, to think that, oh, like, she's a rodeo girl and very farmy, like, you would not expect that. And I don't know why I told the classes, but for the fun fact, I told them I'm learning French because I really did not know what I wanted to say. Because I was like, my fear with that was if I said that in class, then a professor might say something in French. So, but I just said it because it was in my mind, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, I really love the French language." Yada yada yada, and like she's a big traveler. Again, I never would have thought that just looking at her. Like, see, that's just me being judgmental. I just think all these things about people, and just like all the people in my class that share things about them, just like fun facts, like coming from big families, the places they've traveled to, the things they're interested in. I'm just like, wow, like people are so interesting. I love it. And like to go off of that, the icebreakers made me kind of realize when I was sharing stuff about myself because I shared that I want to learn French in that class, and then in another class, I said I watched Formula One, which was such a pick me thing. I don't know why I said that because a lot of Americans probably don't really know what F1 is, especially around our age, because it's not as big in America. Yeah, I don't know. But I was like, wait, I might actually be an interesting person because I feel like I think this is honestly just like I don't know, maybe like a trauma response. Okay, a defense mechanism is that like I'm always like I'm boring because in the past I have been told like, oh, like you're boring, yada yada yada. You don't like to do this, this, and this. So I always just like thought that. But I feel like now that I'm getting older, more confident, I'm like, wait, I actually have like my own interests that actually make me more unique, even if it is like more of a basic thing. It's still me, you know. So I realized that, and I was like, wait, that's actually cool, I guess.
No, because Kennedy, whenever we're together, we're gonna have to do a little look de jour, which, if you don't know, it's French for OOTD. And if you don't know the little French family on TikTok, what are you doing? I love that little family. They have so much style. The little girl, why she be dressing better than me? But anyways, some of my highlights of the week, very much school focused, because back in school, not crying right now. But anyways, I feel like I have so much time on my hands with my schedule. So I've been balancing that, which is kind of like a highlight and a low light at the same time. But I only have class on Mondays, and then Wednesday, Thursday, I have one class. So like the rest of the week, I don't have class, which has been me really trying to figuring out like my schedule and everything. Still only week 2, so still getting the hang of that, but that's been nice too. And then with that, I applied to some jobs nearby, and I actually have an interview on Wednesday. So, next episode, I guess I'll have an update if I'm been hired or not, but I won't say the place yet because I don't want to jinx myself, but cough cough Kelsey, yeah, Kennedy got it. So yeah, I have a job interview on Wednesday, and hopefully that fills up my schedule a little bit. And then also, trying to get my bag back up. Your girl needs some money. But yeah. And then I've also, so I know I mentioned in the last episode, I've been doing like a modified version of 75 hard. So I've actually been going to the gym or just working out in general pretty consistent. I will say though, there was one day where I didn't go and I did break like the workout part of the 75 hard. But other than that, that one little hiccup in the road, I am back at the gym. I actually just got back from the gym a little bit earlier today. Today was leg day, so we'll see how my legs are feeling tomorrow. I have a feeling I'm going to fall out when I get out, but that'll be nice. And then my little last highlight has just been hanging out with people that like make me feel good, make me feel happy, like my friends and everything, and just keeping good relationship vibes from like friends, family, everybody. Yeah, that's my highlights.
So Liz, how's the dating looking? No, sorry.
Now, Kennedy, that's not the topic of this episode.
Please, not me being messy right now. But now we're gonna get into the low lights because it wouldn't be us if there wasn't some low lights. I swear, my life like emotionally just goes up and down, up and down. So first, why am I low key feeling homesick, you guys? And like not in terms of homesick that you would seem like, oh, I just want to be home. I just want to be in my room. I just want to be in my hometown. No, it's more like the people, and by people I mean my parents and then my friends from home, even though none of them are home. Like I just miss them. Like, and people think that's bad that when you text your parents every day or talk to them on the phone. I don't text them on the phone every day, but I do text them every day. And wait, sorry, I love my parents, and I just need to update them on every little thing. And to make me feel even worse for me, I don't have friends in college except for my roommate. So listen, I need to communicate to some people because like I've realized that low key I may be more talkative than I thought that I have. So like when I have things to say, like I have to get it out or I will explode. So yeah. And I talk to my friends as well, but like, people just can't be like there when I need them to be. You know what I mean? Like ew, that sounded wrong. But like people are busy. So I can't like people just can't be there for me all the time, you know what I mean? Like for me when I'm bored. That's what I'm trying to say. And I'm just like, I wish you were just right here and I could just talk to you right now, but we're all doing our thing, so it's fine. And recently, okay, not recently. This is something I've struggled with for a while, is struggling to live in the moment. I am just always just looking towards the present, especially because I'm someone who has not enjoyed college in the terms of like what other people enjoy college for. Like for me, college was just a place to like get my degree and like that's it. I don't really care about the social stuff. It's just a different viewpoint for me. And so I'm always just thinking, oh, I can't wait to get out of college. Da, 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 da. But I'm just like, I need to enjoy this present moment though. Like this is my last year of college, even though it's not like the typical last day or the last year of college that other people might have. Like doing a whole bunch of like last for the first time. Like I'm just chilling, but I still need to like live in the moment. Especially because I don't know what my life is gonna look like after I graduate undergrad. So I need to work on that. And then I don't know why, but ever since getting on campus, I've been comparing myself a lot to other people in terms of just like things they have accomplished. Like, people having internships, people been traveling, and I'm just like, oh, like I wish that was me, but it's not. And sometimes it can cause me to stress, especially about like internships and accomplishments. Ooh, especially about internships and accomplishments because yeah, I have nothing to speak for myself, and that has me a little worried. But like in my gut, I just have a feeling everything's gonna work out, but I just can't see that right now. So it worries me a bit, but I'm trying not to stress about it. And yeah, and then my last low light is I might not have a job anymore, you guys. I got fired because I'm a bad employee. JK. The real tea is so I'm gonna put WKU on blast. In general, the whole university is going through a lot financially. We're in heck of debt, and so I think each college is trying to like reevaluate their finances. And so I emailed my bosses the week before school started, and then they got back to me the first day of school. And basically, the College of Business is like re-looking over their own financial stuff, and so they're just seeing if they have it in their budget for rehires. Haven't heard back yet, so I don't know how long it's gonna take for them for budget. So I'm gonna have to look for another job if I don't hear back from them. But I hope I do because I really like that job. I feel like I got paid good for a on-campus job, and it was like a lot. It was good work experience. It was super easy, good hours. So praying that it pulls through. So everyone who's listening to this should follow us because that would mean one prayer for me to keep my job. So yeah, those are my lowlights for life so far.
No, because Kennedy, you are not alone in some of those. I was sitting here like, yep, mm-hmm, literally me. But some of my lowlights for the past week, I guess. So finding motivation to like to school, to actually do my schoolwork and everything. If you didn't know, we just had me and Kennedy had our like last first day of school, unless we like continue or something. I don't know what I'm doing, so that's a possibility for me. But I'm still saying it was my last first day of school. So like senioritis and everything and just like in the final stretch. So just finding motivation to like sit down and do my schoolwork and not wait for it like the day that it's due, trying to stay organized and everything. That's been like a little rough persevering through it. And then also relate to Kennedy on like the homesick part, but like I put missing my friends from home because it means that summer's over. And like if you look at our like our friend group, our Life 360, it is so depressing. I literally texted the other day and I said, I am so emo because I looked at it and everybody was in different corners. Like who thought that was okay? So like, already in my head mentally planning the next hangout. And then kind of like Kennedy a little bit, stressing about the future. um it's getting a little too real over here. Who said I could graduate? I'm not ready to enter the real world, but like, figuring that out too. Oh, I guess this just came to my head, but I guess this could be like a highlight. But one of my classes, I'm actually like really excited for it. It's a political communication class, and it's actually co-taught by like the president of the university. And I don't know, she was talking about some like cool career paths that she's done. So I'm about to like hit her up after class and be like, hey, so tying that into my low light, maybe I figure out what I'm doing with my future. And then just emphasis on like, no way, I just had my last first day of school. Like I said, no way. But those are like my low lights for now. Obviously, there's probably like other stuff.
I have a petition. Oh wait, no, I have a proposal. Me getting words wrong all the time. I feel like we need a group. Me, me, you, and then I feel like the other ones, but I'm not gonna say it on air. I feel like we should. I feel like we should all move to the same city that has jobs for our different career paths and live our best lives.
No, because I also agree, Kennedy, and if that doesn't happen, best believe we'll just be having monthly weekend, meetups, hangouts that are mandatory, and if you don't attend, you're booted.
You're kicked off the island. And I have another proposal. So I say if we don't live in the same city, what we need to do is we need to have a trip to celebrate our like us graduating college and then maybe going to grad school or maybe going into the real world. And I just feel like we should spend 2 to 3 weeks in Europe.
No, because Kennedy, you are so onto something. Heike gonna start looking at flights. Y'all, we're gonna have our Euro summer. It is happening. I may already be there. Y'all can just catch up and meet me. Podcast listeners, just know June, July 2025, you'll be getting some Euro content.
We love that manifestation. And let's just hope that when we're in one of the cities, there's an F1 race so I can see the drivers in person. That would be the ultimate goal. But yeah, we're sorry for yapping y'all's heads off.
What can we say? We're just D1 yappers. If you know, you know.
But that is all I had to say for today, Liz. Do you have any closing thoughts for our loungers?
Not the loungers. It's a work in progress, you guys. Don't worry. We'll figure out a name for you guys. But thank you guys so much for listening to the end of this episode. Make sure that you like and rank our podcast on whatever format you're listening to it. And you follow us on Instagram. I might be a little biased, but our Instagram do be killing it.
Yeah, our Instagram is literally the best podcast Instagram to exist. You heard it here first. And this is coming from real sources. Literally, CNN reported it. And don't go check it because we don't fact check over here. But, anyways, thank you guys for listening to the end of this episode. Glad you guys are here. And we will talk to you guys next Wednesday. Bye.
Bye.